Darn it. I hope I didn't miss all that. Anyway, um, once we shift that energy, they shift up into a higher state of consciousness where they're open to their intuition. They're, once that fear is released out of their energy bodies, their energy fields, once that fear is released, they're not going to attract that energy into their field. And I just want to grab a where is that? Dum, 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 dum. Here it is. Okay, so just want to use this illustration. Here we go. So I often talk about the triangle in our sessions. And when something bothers us, oh, hold on, I forgot to share the screen. How do I do that? There we go. Okay, here we go. There. Okay. So in sessions, I often talk about this, imagine a triangle, and on the left is a negative polarity, the right is the positive, and the center is that neutral point. And what we do together, or and other people in any healing session, is we transmute, we shift, we release that negative energy so that you come back to this neutral point. And once you're in this neutral point, you shift automatically, you shift up in consciousness. So let's shift to this illustration. So if you look at the far left illustration, the triangle, we shift this green polarization and come to neutral. Once that's done, once that's happened, if an energy that we just shifted comes to us, we're no longer bothered by it. It's like it passes right through because there's nothing within us that's in resonance with that anymore. So we automatically shift up into this higher consciousness with each shift that we're doing. And that's what is meant by raising our vibration. So bit by bit by bit, with each release, we're shifting, we're shifting, we're shifting up in consciousness. So now I'm just going to unshare or stop sharing. So that's kind of that's how I understand what's going on. And with the higher frequencies that are coming in to the planet from the central sun, the other galaxies, the what's that name of that? Oh, there's a field we're going through that's a higher frequency as well, and all this really good stuff is raising us up, raising us up, raising us up. So what I want to do tonight, and this is something that has kind of been I've been prompted to do more and more in sessions as well. And if you've been working with me, you'll have noticed that I'm trying to spend more time on the good stuff. So after we lay in the affirmation, then I have you focus on, well, how does that feel in your body, that new way of being? And that helps you be able to access it at this physical level of consciousness. And what I want to do in this free session, we're not going to so much focus on releasing the energies, but accessing that higher frequency, because there are people here that I haven't worked with, so they're not so accustomed to that energetic pathway or process. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect to the higher frequencies. Does anybody have any questions about anything I've said up until this point? If you do, you can just pop that into the chat. Okay. Okay, so I'll just continue talking for a bit. So when it comes to the higher frequencies, all that means is if you to shift into a higher state, all you have to do is think about a positive experience you've had in the past and focus your attention upon it, and boom, you're in that higher state. And especially if you really focus and concentrate and amplify that in your field. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. So what I'd like everybody to do in this moment is think of a time when you felt really deep peace. And just remember that experience. For me, it's always in nature. For other people, that's with babies and children. So I'll just give you a moment to find that really yummy place. And that's it. And before we go there, I'm just going to kind of open up the session. I'm going to have everyone just close your eyes if they're not already closed. And take a moment and attune to that beautiful spirit you are. You can think of this as your higher self or that wise, expansive part of you. And holding the intention to attune to your guides, your soul family, and all of your friends. And just take a moment and ask them for their assistance wherever and whenever possible and appropriate. And I'm also going to invite you to ask your entourage, all of your beings, to work with mine and everyone else is here. And we're going to ask that all these beings create a sacred space that we can all work within deeply, efficiently, and uninterrupted by anyone or anything at any lower level of consciousness. And for those of you who can feel, sense, see other beings, I'd just like you to kind of take a look, see. There are so many beings here that are holding space for us, that are with us, that are interested in what we're doing, that are, as people would say, of the light. And just invite their assistance in, only if they are of the light. And ask them to assist you to connect to that great sense of peace. That's it. Good. And just breathing that peace into every cell of your body, every fiber of your being. There we go. Good. And just continue with that breath and holding the desire that this peace be amplified with each breath you take. And see, feel, sense your field expanding. This peace within you expanding and growing. And just imagine that we are together building a sphere of peace. That's it. Allowing it to grow and expand. And seeing, feeling, sensing this peace in your body. Noticing how it feels, how it's smoothing out any rough edges, any stresses from any of your days, just soothing your entire field. And notice how it's affecting your surroundings, that it's soothing and calming all the energies in your environment and bringing all the energies in your environment into a coherent state, one that's aligned with your heart, aligned with goodness, And upon your next breath, see, feel, sense this field expanding outwards, encompassing your entire home, soothing it, cleansing all the energy fields that make up all the things and objects that are your home. And on your next breath, see, feel, sense this energy, this peace moving outwards beyond your physical home into your town or city or village. And see it soothing all the people, bringing them to a deep sense of peace, connecting them to who they really are as a being, connecting them to their essential selves. Whether they're conscious of it or not doesn't matter. And just see this wave going out and through all of Gaia's creations, all of man's creations, which are Gaia's creation, soothing and calming the entire locale that you live within. And now upon your next breath, see, feel, sense this wave of peace moving out even further and moving down into the depths, the earth, correcting any energetic misalignments, bringing her entire system back into harmony, which will help bring all the bodies, human, animal, tree, vegetable, insect, back into alignment. And see this peace calming any of the over-energized weather systems that may be out there, or over-energized activity of the planet. Just soothing, calming, and clarifying. And from this source, from your center, see this energy moving out from you, wave after wave after wave, calming and soothing all the peoples of all the lands. And if you feel drawn to focus on any one particular area on the planet, know that that is absolutely right for you, and that's it. And just breathing that love, that peace out. And feeling, sensing your own field expanding. And bringing healing and harmony to your own systems. That's it. Good. And in our next exhalation of this deep peace, let's all of us together focus upon all the wars, whether they be out and out kinetic wars like what's happening in Iran, etc., or if they're inner wars, conflicts that are going on inside of ourselves. See, feel, sense this peace just calming all of it, internal and external. Because the truth is, these external wars are simply manifestations of the internal warring nature of humankind. And as we resolve, as we bring peace to these inner conflicts and wars, I've seen over and over and over again clients' external reality shifting and changing. People being moved out of their environment, antagonistic people, or all of a sudden there'll be a shift at the mental, emotional level, and things that used to upset a person no longer upset them. And if you've worked with me, you know this firsthand. And by amplifying this frequency, this peace within ourselves, for ourselves, we amplify it for the world at large. We are part of this entire structure. And to disengage from the worry, fear, upset allows us to stand firm in our centered knowing, and exude this peace, this harmonious frequency. And it's in this state where we can see, feel, sense, we can create the world we want to live in. And that's really, really important that we focus on that, because most of the media is talking about all the excuse me, bad stuff that can happen and is happening. So how do you want your world to be? How do you want to experience the world? And go wild. In fact, I invite you to begin journaling about how you want to experience the world. The more energy and focus you put upon this, the more energy you put into what you want, instead of being puppeted about by the media and all the worry, fear and concern that activates within us. So for me, I'll just throw out a bunch of stuff that hopefully will activate ideas in your mind. So for me, it's safe, a place where nature is honored and cherished and taken care of, where our bodies are healthy and vibrant and alive, where technology, advanced technology is permitted, whether that be healing technology or free energy devices, all that really good stuff that can help humanity live more fully in alignment with who we really are, that will help us live in harmony with all other life forms. And that people are good and kind. That now that's going to take some, retraining. And we have to be realistic about these hopes and expectations as well. Like some stuff, when it comes to other people, yeah, we can change. We've got control over ourselves, but other people, maybe not so much. But we can hold the vision for ourselves and for others and amplify that vision through focused attention upon our intentions, upon our desires. So there's actually 4 ways to make a change. 1 is through focused attention. 2 is concentration. 3, repetition. 4 is emotionalization, getting your emotions involved. So in this case, how great would it be to live in a world where people care for each other, where they take care of each other, where there is politeness, and people are living from the heart and caring. Now put that into your own words and just take a moment and imagine living in harmony with the planet, living in harmony with all the beings that inhabit this realm. So that would include the nature spirits, the devas or divas, elves, fairy, and then all the different ET beings that live within the earth, in other dimensions on the earth, within the earth, all the different levels of consciousness. And just imagine what it might be like to interact with them. To have them help you with your gardening so that you produce really beautiful, nutritionally dense foods. They tell you what to plant, how to plant it, where to plant it, what's needed to create really great foods like they did in Finhorn. How cool would that be if you're into gardening? And if not, imagine connecting to your guides and other beings who have the information you need, you desire. There are experts out there for everything. I'm always surprised when I'm in session and I come up against a problem, and my go-to is, as many of you know, is Michael, and I'll like, Michael, help. What do I do about this? And he'll often connect me up with another being that's an expert in that particular area, and they'll do the work and get whatever the issue is sorted out. So we have access to so much more than we were trained that we do. And it's just a matter of learning to trust that intuition, trust that, you say, your imagination, which isn't just your imagination by any stretch. It's this amazing ability to create. So that's going to be your homework, is really getting clear on what kind of new world you want to live in, so that when you do get activated by what's going on, you have something really positive to shift your attention to and amplify, so that you're amplifying what you want instead of what you don't want. And that's what worry, fear, and concern is really all about, amplifying what you don't want. Now, back in the 80s, we were taught, just, ignore it. And I found a better way to clear that. And if you're unable to shift your attention, if it's dogging you, then do feel free to reach out for some assistance. But I trust you have the ability. If you've worked with me, you know this energetic pathway intimately. And you can do most of your heavy lifting now. And having said that, I also need to say that I also work with different healers, because sometimes I've been with a pattern for so long, or it's been with me for so long, I can't see the forest for the trees. So I need another pair of eyes to see what the heck is in my field. It's like a fish in water that's red. Well, I've been swimming around in red water forever, so I don't even notice it's red. So, sometimes it helps to have an extra set of eyes. So, shifting back now to that peace and just building that peace up again, breathing it in. And as you exhale, feel, sense this peace moving across as a beautiful wave of light moving through everything in its path, penetrating it, raising its frequency, releasing pain, sorrow, bringing light and heart. That's it. And just breathing that in and releasing. Beautiful. And one more breath. Breathing in deeply, bringing that peace in. And as you exhale, seeing this light lifting all the consciousnesses that make up this planet. There we go. Now I'd like you to place your attention upon your body and notice how you experience this peace in your body. Is it localized in your head, chest, or belly, or is it more of an all-over feeling? Just take note. And is this peaceful feeling moving or is it still? Does it have a sense of weight or lightness, heaviness, or sometimes it might feel like the comfort of a warm, fuzzy, cozy blanket? How does it feel? And by noticing how this energy feels in your body, it'll make it easier for you to access this peace the next time you desire to do so by simply remembering how it felt in your body. That's it. Okay, and when you're ready, I'm going to invite you to bring your attention more fully back to your body and just wiggle. Bring yourself back into your human experience. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Okay. Now I'd love if everybody or anybody who feels moved would like to share what they saw, felt, sensed, or how they. Let's start with how it felt in your body. How did that peace feel in your body? Oksana, can I start with you?
Sure. So I felt it in my entire body. It wasn't just a part of it, and it was quite subtle energy, but at the same time fiery, like electrical energy, almost like you know.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, it's interesting how sometimes it almost feels like opposite. Like electrical energy shouldn't feel soothing, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's fascinating. So was it, I didn't catch it, was it all over kind of feeling or was
It
it
was all over. It was just basically all over, um, but quite subtle. Like I was pretty grounded. It wasn't like electrical and um, quite grounded
good?
and peaceful,
Good. I'm
but
going to
fiery
invite
at the same time. Sorry, fiery at the same time.
Nice. I'm going to invite everybody to actually make a physical note on paper or in your on your phone or what have you of that experience, because when we do that, we bring that frequency down into this realm even more fully. Okay. Is there anybody else who would like to share?
I find I find that I keep forgetting about my guides and I keep forgetting to ask for help. And so I found just by, having them come back to me, um, it was just, it had a really big reassuring feeling,
Yeah.
you know, and made me forget about my food poisoning.
Good, good, good. In fact, you could ask them to hook you up with a healer,
Yeah,
right? And
maybe
also,
they
what?
could just do it for me. That would be nice.
Oh,
Just like,
sorry.
gonna go
If
to sleep now. Just clean me out.
Yeah, you can ask for that. You can. I mean, the thing is, we live in a free will universe, and they can't interfere. So we have to ask for
Mm,
assistance. I have a yellow sticky note on my fridge with the word "ask" to remind me every time I open my fridge. It's oh yeah, ask. Oh yeah, ask. And because I forget too.
mm.
So that's a really or another good spot in front of the toilet. Because I mean, you're sitting there. What else can you do, right? In the shower, getting in the shower, and as you're doing your cleansing, ask that they cleanse this out. Um, yeah, for the food poisoning, there's a couple things. Stay on after we um, end this
After we
session,
finish.
Leah, and
Mm.
I've got some good suggestions for that help clear that up faster. So,
Yeah, Alex is here too, by the way. She's just briefly helping our son with his homework,
oh,
but she's
nice.
online.
Wonderful,
Mhm,
wonderful. Good.
mhm.
Would anyone else like to share? Go ahead. Just unmute yourself, Diana.
Oh, hi, Karen.
Hiya.
Um, so it was very, 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 very nice. I was surrounded by all these beings, and then um, I guess I was transported to another place where the images were very vibrant. The grass was very green, the sun was very yellow. It was very beautiful, very peaceful. The entire body was peaceful. It was like an aura. It's like the aura of peace. It's
Wow.
pretty amazing, right?
It sounds New Earthish. That place you were transported to.
Yes, it was very vibrant, rich in
Yeah.
color. Yes.
So I invite you to go back there and hang out there and explore. And just like here in the physical realm, you can explore in those realms too. And if you have any worries, concerns, ask your guides to keep you safe.
Okay. Oh, I
Yeah.
did have a question regarding you said about teaching. When do you expect to teach? Um,
Oh, that's coming up. I actually have a what am I calling it? Let me just bring that. We'll talk about that afterwards a bit. I do
okay,
have,
okay.
as well as I'm going to be teaching what I do, and I've had to break it down into sep. Anyway, I'll talk about that after. But thank you so much for asking. Is there anyone else who would like to talk about what they experienced? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Oh no. Oh yeah, I can now.
I did raise my hand. I guess you didn't see it. Sorry.
Sorry.
I'll take it down. Um,
Oh, okay. So my apologies. I don't know where the hand raising things
oh,
are.
that's okay.
So
I just lowered it now. So,
oh, okay.
I did put in the chat that I felt my entire body, like intense heat in my entire body. I did feel my guides around me, and then I literally conked out. That does happen to me sometimes, but not a lot. So I'm assuming when that happens, it's because something's being done on a deeper level. The reason I decided I was gonna, instead of just leave that in the chat, ask a question, is you just brought up something that when you were talking about asking the angels for the guides to come in for the food poisoning. One
Mhm.
of the things I've been working on energetically to heal myself are hereditary varicose veins. So there's a part of me that knows they can be healed. It's part of my, um, in a meditation a few months ago, I had a woman up here that I'm expected to clear varicose veins in my ancestral line. It's my mother's line.
Mm.
So I'm okay with that. So I've been working on it because on one level I would like to clear them, but I haven't been successful. So the reason why I raised my hand is there a particular guide that I should be asking for assistance? Like, is there someone specific I should be calling in? Or like, would I be calling in a galactic healer, or would I be calling in, let's say, Archangel Raphael? Like that just kind of raised it, like for me, aha, maybe that's the problem. I've been focused as a human on trying to clear this on my own, that maybe I need to ask for my guides to come in.
Okay, so we are all so individual, and we come from like a lot of us have been in the Pleiades and had experiences as a Pleiadian or as many Pleiadians, Arcturians, and like, and even beyond this realm, even beyond this universe. So whoever you resonate with is right for you. Now, for me, I wasn't raised with any church at all. And I had a girlfriend who was like, "Oh, Karen, you got to connect with Archangel Michael." So she filled my head with this, how great Archangel Michael was. So when I came across problems that I didn't know how to deal with, I remembered, "Oh, I could ask Michael," right? And that's what I would do. So he became my go-to guy. So it's totally up to you, first and foremost. Secondly, we are multi-dimensional beings. And unfortunately, because of our upbringing and because we've been dumbed down, um, our ability to focus isn't what it could be. So we can absolutely shift stuff at the physical level. However, it's more effective if we also do stuff for the physical in order to clear varicose veins or what have you. Now, for some people, that means, going to the doctor. For others, that means going to a naturopath. So it's whatever you resonate with is right for you. There is no one solution fits all situation. And generally, a situation such as varicose veins, there are underlying things around that, underlying maybe emotional patterns, because it's so we're physical. You know what? Let me grab that. Let me share this. How do I do that again? There we go. So I need to share. I need to go here. Oops. So let me go to present. Here we go. So if we look at this really kind of this stick figure, we've got a physical body here, and
Mm-hmm.
we have the subconscious mind, which is it's acquired memory from this life, and then also there's ancestral memory, instinctual, emotional, the cellular, and the DNA. And then there's you, the awareness, the individualized awareness, observer, or witness. And what we can do as conscious beings is decide what we want to experience, i.e., healthy veins, focus that within the subconscious mind, and that's where hypnosis is handy. And once that idea of healthy veins gets lodged in the subconscious, then it has no choice but to manifest in the body and the environment. The same applies backwards. When we take certain herbs or vitamins or what have you, processes that help the body come into proper alignment, this automatically becomes a new concept, a new belief in our subconscious mind, which begins to feed our conscious mind with, "Oh, I've got healthy veins, I've got a healthy body," an automatic new belief. Does that make sense? So it's like X
And
is to Y, X, the conscious mind, is to Y. So we take an idea, we through focused attention, repetition, and emotionalization, we lodge it in the subconscious, and that manifests physically and also backwards. We can it's like working out, right? We can work out, and then eventually subconscious mind gets the big idea of, wow, I'm strong, and the conscious mind thinks I'm strong. Does that make sense?
it does, and it was interesting because when you brought the diagram up and when you moved the cursor up to the soul level, I felt a lot of energy in the lower left side of the back of my head. So
Okay.
I'm assuming that's a positive sign that there's a part of, I don't know consciously what it means. I'm just taking it as a positive sign that when you showed that to me and I felt the energy moving in the lower left side of my head,
Okay.
like on the back and also going to just behind the ear. So it was kind of like a little, so I'm going to take that as a positive, although I don't
Definitely.
consciously
And
know
what
what
you
it
can
is.
do is actually talk to that energy and ask it, what do you want to tell me? What do you want me to know?
Oh, good one.
Right? And and sometimes it'll shift, it'll change places in your body. All of a sudden you'll be like, ooh, I feel something in my tummy. So then you follow it, you track it, and you don't try to push it around. You don't try to make it into anything. You're being present with it with curiosity. Curiosity is a quality of beingness that is so powerful, and it allows us to be present with a part of ourselves that maybe hasn't felt safe. But if you approach that part with curiosity, it's like, oh, somebody's interested in me, somebody cares about me. So I'm going to just close this
Very
down.
interesting. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
assume that opened the door to something. So thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Yeah. It's and this is the cool stuff. This is the kind of stuff that I will be teaching in the different courses, and the way I've been guided to structure the different courses I'm going to be offering is through 6 week programs. So 2 weeks, 2 hours each week. So that way you get to practice the principles, number one, and there'll be different principles that will be taught in each class that you will be learning and integrating. And so it'll be 2 hours each week. And then you'll have that week in between to practice as well, to learn. And then you come to the next class with any questions, so it's not just a weekend and you're done. Because you know I don't know about you, but I take it a whole bunch of classes and it's like, yeah, I feel great after the weekend, but then it's like, within a few days I'm kind of back to normal Karen self. And this way you have an opportunity to build a momentum. And I've done that. I've done this 6 week classes with other people number of years ago, and they really got it, right? Because it's practice, 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 and you get it. So let me just go to here. Oh, I know. I have to share again. Share, share, share. Okay, now I think that's what I want to share. Yes. So, the course that I'm going to be offering next, and I'm not sure if it's. I think, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Is the creating a new Earth together, and within that class, what we're going to be doing is focusing on what's going on in the world and the fear, and actually transmuting that fear, and then once that's transmuted, then we're actually free to access that higher state. Remember the triangle illustration? So we'll be able to access the higher state, our higher consciousness. And for those of you who've worked with me, we're going to be bringing in feeling states, affirmations, and then really focusing on them, like much like we did today, focusing on bringing that experience into this world, bringing the divinity that we are into this experience. And again, this is going to be a 6-week course, 2 hours a week, and it's I was thinking it will start April the 8th, but that might change. It might be a week after that. We'll see how that unfolds. Yeah. So we're going to be releasing the fear, the worry, concern, and I'm going to be inviting participants because I'm going to limit it to 12 people. I'm going to be inviting participants to speak of their worries, fears, and concerns, and then we're going to be shifting that as a group. And what I found actually is that, oh gosh, in helping people one-on-one, there's so much experience that's happened at the ancestral level that we've inherited, of powerlessness, helplessness, hopelessness. It's been trained into us, and we need to release that out of our fields, as well as so many people. If you're inclined to work with me, generally you're here to help hold the higher frequency. And that tells me that you've probably done this before. So there are experiences in other lands, in other sectors of the galaxy, where you've seen this scary stuff unfolding and it hasn't been cleared out of your field, or it's being reactivated. So there's that as well. So we will also be clearing that, so that you can get to a place of, you can look at the world and go, yeah, crazy humans, man. They're nuts. So, and I'm creating this for myself. And we're also going to be talking about what that new earth looks like. So really focusing on on how you want to experience your world. Now, whether that ends up being a world that like with Dolores Cannon, she talks about the world separating. Now, does it separate into two physical worlds? We don't know at this point. Or is it more of an energetic world where we're living along, side by side with the crazy fighting, battling world? I don't know. But what I do know is that when I shift stuff out of my personal field, my external world rearranges itself in a positive way. So I can never say what that's going to look like for myself or clients once something's shifted. But what I can say is it's going to be better. You're going to be much more connected to who you truly are. And yeah, so that's that. And let me just, where do I have to go? Here we go. No. Oh, there, I have to go here. Okay, stop sharing. Okay. Does anyone have any question? Oh, I've got 4 new ones. Yep, the QHHT may get to it, but if you just talk to that part of you, you don't, what I found is you don't even need to know the root cause. All you need to do in order to release a root cause is just hold the intention that it's gone. And the fact is, if you're focused on a specific issue, that specific issue it's a specific frequency. And if you brought it in with you from another realm, another life, that frequency exists there as well. So if you're clearing it here, just by the law of resonance, it clears everywhere. It exists no matter what. So all you need to do is hold that desire and away you go. It's gone. Woohoo! It's so cool that way. And you know when something's cleared because when you think about it, and I always ask clients, I'd like you to think about that now and notice how you feel about it now in this moment. If it bothers you, okay, it's still there's still something, and patterns happen in there are different facets and layers, and you have to get all of them. Now, if you when you get to the point where if you think about that issue, it doesn't bother you, you're clean and clear. So that's good. Okay, so will we get your charts? I don't know what that means. Oh, what I'm it I hadn't thought about that. Um yeah, I guess I can figure that out. Yeah, I think I can figure that out. Yeah. Yeah, I can send that out to you. Good question. Thank you. Also, Yvette Rose Metaphysical Anatomy has questions for different conditions that may get to the root of it. Not all questions resonate, but it's a good place to start. Yeah, cool. I haven't come across Yvette Rose, but definitely, it and the key is again to trust what resonates and just let the stuff go that doesn't. Okay. Um, yes, I will send the charts with the replay. Yes, but it'll take a bit to get that figured out. So yeah, but they'll definitely be included. Okay, so we're at 8:30. Oh my God, it's only been an hour. I feel like I've been talking forever. um, okay, does anyone have any questions about anything? We can do some Q&As here. That'd be fun. Nope.
Karen, I have to go and put Jakey Bakey to bed. So
Okay, well, thank you so much for being present. And it's been a pleasure to connect with you again. And hopefully, I'll see you
oh
next month.
yeah. I was gonna hang back, but yeah, I have to put Jakey Bake to bed. But let's
Okay.
reconnect.
Maybe we can. Are you around tomorrow? Maybe we can
Yeah.
connect tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
tomorrow evening. You
Tomorrow
around?
evening. Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Yay, we'll
Excellent.
catch up.
Okay, sounds good, hun.
Okay,
Be
thank
well.
you.
Take care. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay, Cindy, you have a question.
Hi, Karen. First of all, thank you so much for hosting this. We've connected before. It's been a few years, so I'm really happy to,
I
have gotten.
remember you. Yes.
Yeah, so thank you so much for the invitation to join as well.
You're
Um,
welcome.
I guess my question is, so I've definitely been experiencing like all these shifts lately, and I feel like I've experienced it so deeply that I'm feeling the impact on my personal life. Um, and I know you've just talked so much about like it all starts within and you trying to clear all of that out and then it kind of goes outward. Um, I guess what would you suggest um, when someone like me, I feel like I feel so deeply and what's that turning point? Like how do you start to turn around like from a place of like kind of I don't want to call it negativity, but maybe it's just like overwhelm.
So I I seem to recall you're an empath, are you? Are you empathic?
I am.
Okay. Okay. So what I found for myself was I worked and worked and worked and tried to figure it out and unfortunately in doing so and going through the more psychological route on my own and reading tons of books, I ended up digging myself into a big old negative pit because I kept looking for
Mm.
root cause. I didn't understand. I didn't need to get to that. So that was the
Mhm.
first thing. When I finally connected with this work and began working on myself, like every night, I would work, work,
Mm.
work, work, work. What I noticed was that, so I should have preempted the story. So I live, as I mentioned, I think I live, or no, I know I live north
Mm.
of Toronto.
Yeah.
And I found that I couldn't go into the city, even just visiting a friend for dinner and not going out. I went to her house. I couldn't go to Toronto without being just a mess for 3 days.
Mm.
Do you find that happens to you where,
I live in Toronto, so
ugh, oh my God. Okay. So it's really intense in Toronto.
okay.
Because,
Okay.
and what I came to understand is because all those people with all their
Mhm.
wounding, it's like it's amplified.
Yeah.
And when I would go down there, I would be in peace up here in my little forest, but then I'd go down there and I'd
Yeah.
be reactivated and I'd
Mm.
be just exhausted and a mess.
Yeah.
So once I began working with this work and releasing the patterning, the deeper patterning, I found I could go down and visit my girlfriend and not be negatively affected. And finally, one day I noticed it and I was like, my God, what's happening? What? And what I got was that now, because I've done all that clearing, when I go down now, the energy of all those people that are all like frenetic and wounded, that energy's, it's not getting stuck in me. It's passing right through.
Mm.
So I hate to say it, but the trick is to release that patterning that triggers you, that activates you, and
Mm.
that will bring you peace. That in conjunction with meditation, like we did tonight,
Mhm.
focusing upon what you want to create.
Mm.
That makes sense. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, it takes time.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Okay. And you
Okay.
said every night you worked on this. So would that be like meditation, like every single night? Do you recommend that? So maybe.
Absolutely. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep,
Okay.
shifting, and there's lots of really good YouTube stuff,
Yeah.
or you can take this and listen to this. Uh, you have to be careful with the YouTube stuff. I'm actually a certified hypnotherapist as well,
Mhm.
and I also come from a background of my first job was marketing and design,
Mm.
graphic design. And I was really interested in school in the power of persuasion.
Mm.
And it's like, oh my God, what they did and what they do with advertising. And I mean, the COVID thing, like it was total brainwashing. And
Mm.
I saw it unfolding. So why did I bring that up? Dang it. I forget. I got
So
off of my,
YouTube videos and
oh,
maybe
right,
it's
right.
yeah.
Thank you. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, the YouTube videos, like, and that illustration with the stick man and
Mm.
the conscious subconscious, when you're in a meditative state, you're in an altered state. You're
Mhm.
very suggestible, especially if you're an empath. I bet you're super suggestible.
Mhm.
So, and at one example, I was in a class with a gal, and she called me up and she was like, Karen, I'm gaining weight and I can't stop. And I'm like, well, what the heck's going on?
Mhm.
And she and her son were practicing this hypnosis technique. And so I got together with them and I was, watching, and it's so subtle, but the subconscious takes things 100% literally.
Mm.
What he was suggesting to her, excuse me, was, and now you're expanding. Problem.
Mm.
She was identified as being the body.
Wow.
The body began to expand and get fat,
So interesting. Okay.
right?
Wow.
If he'd said, okay, now you, the awareness is expanding.
Mm.
Yeah,
So the wording really matters.
it does. It does. It really, really does. So I hesitate to say, oh, just listen to a YouTube video, because most people don't have that deep awareness of the power of suggestion and just that one word and how
Mhm.
that can affect you.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
I
So
will be careful when it
yeah,
comes
and
to
even
yeah.
listening to like there's really great frequency music out there,
Mhm. Yep,
and
that I know of, yeah.
doing your own thing, that's probably the safest.
Okay.
And then I will, you're on my list, so I will be letting people know when I'm going to be teaching this. So you might want to look at engaging
I
in
will.
learning how to do these different techniques for yourself.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much, Karen.
Okay, you're welcome.
Really
Pleasure to
good to
see
see
you
you
again.
again. Yeah.
And Diana, you have a question.
Hi, Karen, again.
Hi.
My question is, thank you for answer. I feel like everything you've answered for each person applies to me, so thank you for that.
So cool how that happens, eh? It's like
It
people,
does. It's pretty
yes,
mind blowing. So thank
yeah.
you. You're full of knowledge. I'm like, I just want to learn more. I guess my question is, I'm always, one major concern I have is I'm constantly attacked. Whether it's dreams, whether it's humans, whether it's entities. And it seems like it's a repetitive thing over and over. But since I was a child, and anything, do you think, I mean, I did schedule an appointment with you,
I saw
but
that, yeah.
is there anything I can do before our session to start the clearing, I guess, or like, not the clearing, but not to have this, so many bombardments of oppression.
So I would talk to your guides and ask
Okay.
them. Um, did you grow up with religion? Are you Christian,
I
Catholic?
grew up Catholic, yes.
Okay, so that's heavily embedded in your field. So call on the angelics, Michael. Call on Jesus. Call on all those guys to keep you safe. Oh, and these are my favorite guys. So they're called the Brethren, and they are these hottest, biggest. They look like they came from like a Marvel um, movie thing, and they just stand there. They're like oh, way bigger than me, of course, right? And they just stand like and guard me. So call those guys in. They're freaking awesome. Nothing gets through
Okay.
those guys.
Okay. I have called in Jesus, Archangel Michael, but I almost feel like something's not, something's like, I wonder if it's my faith or trust, or it's almost as like when I say they're like, we don't care, like we're just gonna attack. It was almost, it's something like that. It's
Oh
like
gosh. Okay.
it's been progressive, actually.
So
Yeah.
it sounds like that's something that we'll have to sort out in session, because it's what I'm getting is there's a lot of elements to it that need to be,
Sweet.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But it's doable. It's not a big deal. It's
Okay.
yeah, yeah. And it's generally it has to do with feeling powerless,
Yes.
right?
Exactly.
Victimized.
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
been programmed into our bodies. So bigly isn't really a big word or correct grammar, but it's huge. It's
Yeah,
huge.
it
Yeah.
is. I think it's yeah, like you said, it's definitely generational for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Karen, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. Good. Let's see. Any other? Uh, right. Oh, wow. Oh, Cool, Sandra. That's I hope it wasn't too uncomfortable, but that's great. You were clearing a lot. Yeah. Okay. Having to find an oh cool, yeah. Yeah. Um when Teresa says, I find having an energy hygiene practice has made a huge difference for me as an empath. And yeah, so Teresa, I wonder if you'd feel comfortable talking about what that energy hygiene practice is for you and sharing that with the group.
Sure. Can you hear me?
Not very well. Can you speak up a wee bit?
Is that better?
A little louder?
Okay, hang on. Can you hear me now?
There, awesome. Fabulous.
Okay.
Thank you.
So basically, I kind of took it from Kyle Gray, but used it for empaths. So in some of the work that we've done. So I asked my spiritual entourage. So it's cleanse, protect, and center. So I asked my spiritual entourage to clear all the negative energy across all energy bodies, timelines, universes, etc., etc. Returning into sender with consciousness attached or back to source or the earth for transmutation and redispersal as appropriate. And then I express gratitude. Then I asked them to encase me in 100% divine love and light. Um, so allowing anything that, positive in and out, anything negative, return to sender with consciousness attached or back to source or the earth for transmutation and redispersal as appropriate. And then express gratitude. And then I connect to source and the earth through my spine, through the Shushumna. And I ask to move through my day unaffected by anyone or anything that is not of 100% divine love and light or for my highest good and the highest good of all concerned. So that's sort of, I do that as I get out of the shower in the morning and sort of just kind of set the tone for the day. And I find that I can go shopping, um, which I hate crowds. I can go shopping and not be affected or zapped. I work as a crisis counselor, so I'm not exhausted at the end of the day anymore. So I'm not getting sucked into the empath trap, right? Because I'm not taking on their stuff. I'm compassionately detached as I move through the day, and it makes a huge difference.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. We really appreciate that. And I don't know if Cindy's still on, but yes, you are. Okay, yeah.
Yes, I
So
am.
definitely rewind that and make notes once I send the recording out, and that'll be super helpful. Good. Thanks, Teresa.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So, any more questions about anything? Maybe I'll
I
just
don't have a question, but I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you so much to everybody that joined tonight because it seems like such a cohesive group. So it was such an honor to be here. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. That's awesome. And I just wanted to make mention that, yeah, I was kind of awakened in my late teens, early 20s. So I've been on this path for a long time, gobbling up so much information and trying to figure out how to use it and apply it. And I was a very messy, emotional empath. And yeah, so came from a difficult childhood, functioning alcoholic for a dad, and being ultra sensitive. I took on a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't mine, and yeah, so you guys all get to benefit. Woohoo! And I'm really grateful for it now, and it's so cool. Like, cause I used to be so mad at my dad. Oh my gosh, and I worked so hard to get clear of it, and now first time when I think of my dad, my first thought is like a loving feeling towards him. So it's possible. You can actually get there, whatever there is for you. So yeah, so I'm going to close our session. I know we're a little bit early. But I'd like everybody just to close their eyes for a moment. I'm going to disconnect and clear everybody's field. And this is what I do in session as well. So I'm going to have everybody just close their eyes and take a nice deep breath in. And attuning to that beautiful spirit that you are, your guides, your soul family, and all of your friends. And just take a moment and thank them all for their assistance today. And thank them all for their boundless love and support always. And I'm going to put the directive in that all these shifts and insights and understandings shall deepen and expand into their beautiful, brilliant fullnesses and move them all into your futures, all into your pasts, throughout all of your life experiences as beings, throughout all timelines, dimensions, and universes known and unknown. And I'm going to energetically disconnect us, and I'm going to energetically disconnect both you and I from anyone or anything we may have connected with that's inappropriate to remain so. And for all of us, I'm going to gather up anything and everything we may have picked up that's not ours, as well as anything and everything that's ready to leave our fields, and we're going to dissolve it all down through all levels and layers of our beings, all of our bodies, right down and through the cellular, DNA, quantum, all the way to infinity and beyond, and bringing everything back to the pure, brilliant, beautiful essence that it is. Okay. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure to hang out with you all tonight. Thank you so much. And I wish you a beautiful month. And feel free to reach out with any questions using my contact form on the website at KarenHeywood.com. Bye, everybody. Big hugs, tons of love. Take care.